Hi, I'm Rashmi. Welcome to Kitty's Delight. I'm a working mother and I have 2 toddlers. The best way really for us to introduce our children to the world is through different cuisines. And today we have an Italian classic, which is chicken meatballs and spaghetti. Now I've added a nutrition factor to it, so stay on and watch what that is all about. Welcome back. Now we're going to show you how to make the chicken meatballs and spaghetti sauce. I've broken this up into 3 segments and I'm going to show you how to make the chicken meatballs right now. I have it all together mixed up like this. I've taken about 500 grams, half a kg of chicken mince, and to that I've added 1 medium-sized onion and chop it really fine. We have half a cup of breadcrumbs, about 1 tablespoon of celery. Again, this is optional. It's not available in all supermarket and vegetable stores, so you can take a pick on that. Some pepper for flavoring, paprika, about a 1/4 teaspoon should suffice, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, about 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of finely chopped garlic, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, and salt for seasoning. So I have some coriander in mint leaves, about 2 tablespoons when they're finely chopped. Now this is optional, you can add it to the mixture if you want. And I have 1 egg which I'm going to add to the mixture. This acts as a bind, but if you want to omit it, you can do that because the breadcrumbs is going to do the job of binding and it will do it well. And now I roll the balls, the meatballs, and they look something like this, just bite-sized. I'm going to now shallow fry this in some olive oil. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and let it simmer there for about 5 minutes or so. So it's sizzling nicely and I want this brown from all sides. Now the technique here is, and this is really a trick that I learned the hard way, is once you make the chicken balls, keep it in the fridge for about an hour or so and you can be assured they're not going to break in the pan. So this is great. I'm going to leave it here for about 10 to 15 minutes or till it's brown nicely from all sides. Now that the meatballs are nearly done, I'm going to keep this aside and start working on the tomato sauce. I had talked about that nutrition factor that's going to go into the tomato sauce. So this is what our tomato sauce looks like. Now it's got this lovely red, pinkish, punchy color. We've added some tomatoes, about 4 medium size, or if they're smaller, you can add about 6. About half a beetroot. Now this is the nutrition factor that's gone into the sauce. And carrots, which again, rich in carotene, very good for eyes. Beetroot, very high in iron, it's packed with nutrition. You grind it, you boil it all and grind it, and this is what it's going to look like. Now for the rest of the sauce, I have some onions, 1 medium size, in which I'm going to saute the tomatoes, about 1 tablespoon of garlic, chopped fine, a little bit of paprika, pepper again for seasoning, and some salt to taste. Here I've got my olive oil and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to add the onions that I've chopped to the olive oil. I'm going to add the garlic that's finely minced, a little bit of pepper, just a dash of paprika. And I don't want this to be even light brown, just translucent is enough. And to this, I'm going to add the tomato, beetroot and carrot sauce. It's got this lovely color. And of course, it's loaded with nutrition. Now the sauce is all done. I'm going to get started on the spaghetti, which is a very simple recipe. It's not going to take me about 5 to 8 minutes to get that in place. So we're all set for the next one, which is the spaghetti. So our toddlers are getting rather impatient now and we've come to the last segment of this classic dish. The spaghetti is here, it's all boiled. Now I've just boiled it in salted water and that's it. So I've got some butter here. I'm going to use about 150 grams of butter in this. Some grated cheese, about half a cup of normal cheddar cheese should suffice. 2 tablespoons of refined flour or maida. Salt to taste. And about 1 teaspoon of pepper. I've got some milk here, about 1 cup, which I'm going to add. So I'm going to make a sauce. It's a very simple white sauce. And to that I'm going to add the spaghetti. Now making cheese sauce can be a bit nerve-wracking, but eventually we'll all master it. I'm going to add some butter, about 150 grams. And to this, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of refined flour. Now this is the tricky part. I don't want the refined flour to burn, so this shouldn't turn even a slight light brown. We want it to just bubble nicely. And once you get this foam here, you're ready to add the milk and let it drip. This is a bit testy, but once you get past this, your cheese sauce is going to turn out just fine. Now that I've put in the rest of the milk, I'm going to add the cheese to this. This is your normal grated cheese, just cheddar cheese or whatever you have in the fridge really. And I'm going to add this to the mix and let it simmer for a bit. I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt now. And I'm going to season this with a little bit of pepper. I like the consistency of the sauce. To this, I'm going to add the boiled spaghetti. Now I want the cheese sauce to coat the spaghetti, and it's all done. So I'm going to now spoon all of this in a bowl. I'm going to arrange the spaghetti, add the tomato sauce, and on top of that add the meatballs. So here we have our chicken meatballs in tomato sauce and spaghetti all ready. Now can your toddler really resist this? It's nutritious, it's got lots of flavors, and it's pretty simple to make. So do look out for more recipes like this on India Food Network. Subscribe to us and send us your queries and comments. Keep watching for more of these on Kiddies Delight. Thank you.